Welcome to our special AI in Focus segment. Apple announcing its biggest ever investment in the United States to the tune of $500 billion. The big focus of that investment will be on artificial intelligence. Apple planning to open a new factory for AI servers in Texas. The new Houston factory is meant to be in operations next year. Apple also said that it plans to hire about 20,000 new employees across the U.S. Most of those jobs will be in research and development, with a large focus on AI. Now, Chinese tech giant Alibaba is also planning a big investment in artificial intelligence in China. It is putting more than $52 billion toward AI and cloud computing over the next 3 years. Alibaba's planned investment is more than the company has spent on AI over the past decade. Other Chinese firms have also been investing heavily in the sector. They include ByteDance, which plans to invest well over $20 billion on AI-centered capital expenditures at some point this year. Now, all this AI investment is happening as the race for dominance in the sector continues to heat up. At first, ChatGPT and Google's Gemini dominated the chatbot arena, but more recently, China's DeepSeek and now Elon Musk's Grok have also been making a splash. Okay, let's talk more about where AI is, where it's going, and the heavyweights that are dominating this field. And for that, we're joined by Amr Awadallah. He is the founder and CEO of the generative AI company, there you see him waving, Vectara Inc. Amr, always a pleasure. Good to see you.
Same thing here, Sean.
I want to talk about the heavyweight clash right off the top. What is this relationship between Elon Musk and Sam Altman, and how is their history really shaping the current state of AI competition?
To be honest, I don't think it's about the history, it's about the future. They're both fighting for the dominance of which chatbot will most of us depend on to get our information. So when Elon Musk went and acquired Twitter, or X, that was him wanting to control the discourse. And he sees OpenAI, in my opinion, this is a theory, I could be wrong, but he sees OpenAI with ChatGPT now at 400 million weekly active users, which is a massive, massive number, as becoming the most dominant future way with which we're going to be getting our information. And he really wants to control that. I think that's what's going on here.
But they've also had their little pointed exchanges back and forth in terms of trying to purchase each other's companies and saying, hey, I'm the biggest guy on the block right now.
Yes, but I think it's with that goal. Like, it's not out of vanity. It's not out of, we broke up in the past. It's all about controlling the future, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
There is a good reason for it, in other words. It's not just egos.
Sure. Let's talk about Elon Musk, given his new role in the U.S. government, influence the AI race. And what impact do you think his companies have on global competition and regulation? And keep in mind, as we talked about, it was Sam Altman standing behind Trump when the president unveiled Stargate. And Altman did play to Trump's ego, saying this $100 billion AI infrastructure plan could not have happened without the president.
Yes, when the plan was already in place before the president. So yes, you are hinting at the right conclusion there. I think it's promising to see Trump balanced between them, actually. So that's a good thing. Like, we were worried that Trump would lean a lot more towards Elon Musk and giving Elon Musk what he's after. But clearly, President Trump is being a lot more balanced and practical in how he is dealing with that. And he knows that having a competitive nature between multiple engines, OpenAI, Grok, Anthropic, DeepSeek now coming in from China, which he was very positive on, only leads to better innovation and better technology.
Let's talk more about China's DeepSeek and compare it to Western AI models. How has its growth and popularity influenced other companies, their AI plans? And one thinks of the success of DeepSeek and China's success at an amazingly low expenditure compared to what's been going on in the United States.
Yes and no. So I think there was lots of over-exaggeration, I would say, in the news about how much it cost them to train the model. We believe it cost them a lot to train the model. All of our estimates are at least 50 million, if not higher. And to be honest, also, they train the model as a function of the existing models, right? So you're able to take the outputs from OpenAI, from ChatGPT, from Anthropic and others to make your model better. So they stand on the shoulders of giants in terms of making their model better. That said, the model was very impressive. There's no question about it. DeepSeek R1 is very impressive. Even more impressive, in my humble opinion, is Quen 2.5 Max from Alibaba. That's also a very, very impressive model. It didn't get as much attention in the press. I don't know why, but it is just as impressive, if not more impressive. Now, the super impressive thing about DeepSeek was two aspects. The first one is it took us by surprise. It took many of the very arrogant companies here in Silicon Valley by surprise. Whoa, we didn't believe that China could do that, and they did. So I think that's a very, very important aspect to it. Second, they were able to do it in a way that is not just cheap to build. Like, we can argue over building, but actually that doesn't matter that much. What matters is how much will it take to make this model work in production as users start using it, meaning the model as it serves traffic and serves workloads. And they were able to do something very smart in their model that breaks down the runtime when the model is running. It's only running one piece of the model. It's like our brain, not all of your neurons, not all of your brain is working 100% all the time. The part of your brain responsible for what you're doing right now, like moving your hand or driving your car, is the part that's active. And then that makes the brain very, very efficient. And they were able to do that for models.
Wow.
So they brought down the cost of serving the model almost by 96%. And that is really what shocked the market, right? That means now that OpenAI has to bring the cost down, Gemini has to bring the cost down, and NVIDIA has to charge less for their cards, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So that's really the genius thing that they did, not to mention that they released it as open source.
Yeah.
And Sam Altman now is revising his statements on open source and saying, hey, we might be in the wrong course of history here if we keep OpenAI closed.
Wow, that's interesting. And, and to build on what you were just talking about, huge questions remain. The potential risks of an AI arms race and how governments can ensure ethical development. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually with Grok right now, the new model that Elon Musk released, as impressive as it is in terms of reasoning. And by the way, just slightly impressive. It's not that like he brags that's the smartest model. It's not. Like, it's just a slightly better in some dimensions. In other dimensions, the OpenAI O3 model is actually better. But one of the problems with Grok is they did not pay enough attention to safety. So Grok right now, if you ask it, how can I make a chemical weapon, it will tell you how to make a chemical weapon, right, to anybody that would like to do that. And that can be very, very dangerous. So there's a number of folks right now actually in the safety community asking Grok and OpenAI to remove that model, fix these things first, like OpenAI does, and like DeepSeek, by the way, correctly did as well, before you release it back into the world.
That is something. Real quickly, last time I talked to you 3 weeks or so ago, you said you were excited to try DeepSeek to see how it worked for your company. Have you tried it? Is it working well?
It's amazing. It's super, super impressive, and I think everybody that worked on that engine should be very proud of what they delivered there. Okay. It's the #1 liked project right now on Hugging Face. Hugging Face is where the large language models or the open source ones are published. It's #1 right now. So it's like by far the most loved open source model for large language models in the world right now. That said, I'm very impressed that they not only released the model, meaning the code for the model, they're also releasing the source code behind how they built it. Yeah. So they're truly setting a new standard for how large language models are built.
Okay, Amr, good stuff. Thank you again. We look forward to talking to you down the road. Thanks.
My pleasure.